Hi everyone, my name is Adam from Trade with Precision and welcome to IC Markets Market Commentary. So starting off here with the euro dollar on the weekly, we're currently in a retracement. Otherwise, the trend looks pretty good. We've got high highs on both of the indicators. So the convergence is there, so the momentum is good. The question really is where are we going to see this euro dollar turn around? And so what I've been following on the daily here, interesting, actually makes a little bit more sense when you go down to that 4 hourly. It's just monitoring the sort of angular momentum here. All right, so ultimately, it appears to have shifted from going downwards to going sideways. We're in a sideways moment or motion here. Could we have a bit more further downside? That is a possibility, but also we can see the market now, euro dollar is actually attempting to turn around. So what I'm going to be monitoring this week is, do we ultimately see a break above these highs here, that sort of 1.1650 level, breaking up through that downward sloping trend line? That would then indicate that that dollar has ultimately decided to weaken or resume its downtrend. If not, if we come and continue and break down below these lows, then I expect it to continue to strengthen. So going back to that weekly chart, that would mean that we come back down towards these lows. But for now, there's no reason to suspect that this isn't simply just a retracement within a longer term trend to the upside. Dollar yen is bucking the trend as normal. One of the things I really like about this, it continues to trend higher and it's trending well. A lot of these yen crosses, such as euro yen, Swiss yen, are providing some of the best trends right now. So I do encourage you to look at all of the yen crosses for these beautiful trends to the upside. They're really offering some very special trends that we don't always get. Let's have a look at gold. So gold is stuck very much with, if we go up to the weekly here, we can actually see it's forming, it's doing effectively another consolidation, similar type of consolidation that it's done in the past, producing lower highs, higher lows. From a daily perspective, it's struggling with quite a bit of resistance around about that 3350 level. Let's call it that. It's battling with that. It's trying to break higher. Is it guaranteed to break to the upside? This particular pattern has like a 50-50 thing, so it could break to the downside or the upside. We know when we look at the monthly, it's overextended. It could really benefit from just a normal, healthy retracement down to 3,000 and then continuing up from there. That is a possibility, but also it is in a bubble at the same time. It's done the biggest move that I've ever seen in my entire career, and without taking a break. So could it continue to push higher? It could certainly attempt to do that, and so I'd keep an eye on this. I think that it is really trying to push higher, but at the same time, we know it's overextended. So I'm just exercising some caution there. I would say comparing that, silver has been looking much more attractive recently. Just showing you silver at the moment, really nice consolidation, breakout and a pullback into the moving averages, producing some nice bullish candles here. It's got much more upside potential. So I would certainly, for now, it is not common that silver is preferable to gold, but at least maybe this week, silver might provide some nice upside opportunities. Let's go back to and have a look at crude oil. For me, not very attractive, very much going sideways. It is largely pushing up on the medium term, but in the longer term, it's still producing lower highs, still under pressure there from overall selling. It just doesn't seem to be that attractive to the markets. When you compare the kind of trends we've had in the past, since COVID, it just hasn't been that appealing to the markets, and it really doesn't offer much higher or many higher probability opportunities. Having a look at the S&P 500 continues to push higher. At some point, ladies and gentlemen, I do expect a retracement on the weekly. The best thing for now, given so much uncertainty in the world, is to take this 1 week at a time and not think beyond that or not try to project anything beyond that. The markets are currently very bullish, and a pullback into the 50-period moving average between now and October is certainly feasible and at some point could be expected, but for now the markets continue to push higher. The same here with the Nasdaq, just continuing looking very bullish, but certainly a weekly move like this, at some point we are going to have to have a couple of weeks of pullback, and I'm thinking that is likely to align potentially, don't hold me to this of course, but to align with September, which is often our most bearish month, and that's only 5 or 6 weeks away. So that makes a lot of sense that we could see that happen if it does happen. Looking at the Russell 2000. So I do want to talk about this a little bit here. Russell 2000 is historically not, it doesn't get as much love as most of the other US indices, but lately, especially in the last few months, it's been moving quite a bit aggressively, to me looking much more bullish than it normally does. So again, I see that almost as some diversification, or in other words, more, there's so much bullishness that it's creeping over into the Russell 2000. So I see that as further support of the bullishness of the markets at this point in time. Tesla. is now again stuck within another wedge of its own making. So it's got lower highs coming in here and high lows. I think we could just bring this down and just focus it on that. And again, let's just do another one just to bring up these ones. So again, we've got it within a wedge again. It's very likely that it has the potential to break both up or down. So let's just keep an eye on that. I wouldn't read too much into it until it either does break to the upside or to the downside. So at this point, it just ping pongs between the two, and that's pretty much all it is doing. Nvidia, on the other hand, has had such a really nice strong correction back into the moving averages. Take you off and look at the solid bars here. It's just very, very, very bullish. For me, I'm looking for any kind of a pullback here back into the moving averages or close to the moving averages, looking for buying opportunities there. Bitcoin continues to perform very well. From a monthly perspective, it's one of the most healthy trends that I've seen out there for a while. And from a weekly perspective, running out of a little bit out of exhaustion, but overall the trend to me appears to be relatively healthy. I'm not expecting much of a change. We've got a bit interesting here. We've got a bit of a pennant or triangle pattern forming here as well, which just means consolidation. Okay, high lows, lower highs, and again, a breakout on either direction is a possibility with this particular pattern. But overall, I'd say that there's a good chance it's going to break out to the upside. There we go, ladies and gents, plenty to look forward to. I think there's some great opportunities at the moment. After April and May being so closed and sort of shut down in the markets, not doing very much, I'm seeing a lot of trends across the markets, and I think that the markets are very keen to keep moving. I wish you plenty of luck. Have a great week. Thank you.